Hello, and welcome to our Sabre University. My name is Sandra Meyer, and I am a Spanish teacher and the Magnet Language Coordinator at South MEC. Thank you for joining us tonight. We will talk about the expectations and our commitment at the World Languages Magnet Program in South MEC. South Mecklenburg High School International Language has been part of the magnet programs at CMS for about 10 years. We follow all the Common Core and North Carolina Essential Standards established for us by the North Carolina Department of Public Instruction. And students that come to South MEC as magnet students have entered a lottery at CMS and have been admitted as magnet students. The expectations for our magnet students is to fulfill the requirement of minimum 7 courses by their senior year. And when they come in, they need to select a language and continue learning that language at least until the level 5 of that language. The languages that we offer are Chinese, French, German, Japanese, and Spanish. Students, as I mentioned, need to complete 7 courses by the end of their senior year. In 9th grade, they complete 2 language courses. 10th grade, they complete 2 language courses. In 11th grade, they complete 1 magnet-approved course. In 12th grade, they complete 2 magnet-approved courses. This is the sequence that most students follow, but it's not unusual for a student to study 2 different languages and gather more than 7 courses by their senior year. Other students take 2 courses in 11th grade and only 1 in 12th grade. These are the courses that we offer. We start with level 1, and for most languages, we offer up to level 6. And as I mentioned before, all students in the magnet program are required to complete level 5, which is an AP course. It's an advanced placement course, which gives them college credit. For our students who come from immersion programs, such as Waddell and Collinswood, we provide a class called Civilization and Culture 1 and Civilization and Culture 2, which are paired with one of the language levels. This class has been designed to fill in the gaps and to make sure that our magnet students coming from an immersion program will be successful once they reach level 5. We have some magnet-approved social studies courses that are not offered in the target language, but count toward the 7 required credits. AP World History, AP Human Geography, Latin American Studies, and this year, Latin American Studies in Spanish. Proficiency. It's very important in our language program. Unlike other classes, students need to improve in all these skills in order to be ready for the next level. And our students might reach that proficiency level at a different speed in each one of these skills. In other words, a student might be very good at reading in the target language, but might struggle a little bit with speaking in that language or writing in that language. We want to make sure that our students improve in all those skills, speaking, listening, reading, writing, and culture when they are in our class in order to move on to the next level. That proficiency has to be consistent. It's not just about understanding this one time what I heard or what I was listening to, but it's about consistently understanding what is expected of you in this level. Of course, not all of our students are going to be at the same level in all the skills, and that's why we provide all the support our students need to become proficient. This support, it's provided in the form of tutoring. Even during our remote learning, all of the teachers are going to be providing tutoring. There's also something called Sabre Sunrise that our students can attend before school in order to participate and improve in their skills. So for example, if a student has trouble speaking in the target language, they could come to tutoring and practice that skill. Or if a student says, I'm not good at writing, that's not enough. We need to work on that skill to make sure that the student is proficient before moving on to the next level. That student could receive that support through tutoring. We also have other ways of providing that support online and through peer tutoring. But it's important that all of our students understand that they own their learning. They need to have that ownership and know that they might have to work a little bit harder in a certain skill in order to achieve that proficiency. We have other courses that are not, I'm sorry, that was already part of what we talked about. So the students will complete their magnet courses in the target language, and in order to fulfill that requirement of 7 credits, we have other magnet approved social studies classes. When our students come to South MEC as magnet students, they sign a compact created by CMS. In this compact, it outlines the responsibility that the school and us, the teachers, have toward the students. And it also helps parents and students understand what are the expectations and what is their responsibility as being part of the magnet program, which is a privilege. The compact generally is received before the students come to South MEC. Unfortunately, this year, our 9th graders haven't signed the magnet compact because we couldn't give it to them before school began. So we will be mailing those compacts, and as soon as you receive them, please read them and fill out the information. It's very important to know, for us to know what language you have selected as your target language. And once you have completed and signed the magnet compact, please mail it to us or drop it off at the front office. We'll talk about the pathways. First, let's talk about not immersion students. These are students who are just coming from a regular middle school and they have never taken languages. Or maybe they took a course in middle school, but they haven't learned that language throughout their life. They can come in 9th grade and take level 1, level 2, 10th grade, level 3, and level 4. In 11th grade, they would take what I said, the required AP level 5 course. And then in 12th grade, they will have 3 choices. If you got a credit for high school in your middle school, you might not need to take that credit again. Say you took Spanish in middle school and you earned a high school credit. You don't need to take level 1 again. You could come in and take level 2 and then continue with the sequence. However, that middle school credit counts, so you don't have to retake the class, but it doesn't count toward the 7 required courses. The 7 required courses begin counting when you start high school. So say you have that high school credit from your middle school. You cannot count that toward the 7 required credits. Now, suppose we have students who are native speakers or heritage speakers. They would come in and instead of taking regular Spanish 1, they would take Spanish for native speakers 1, Spanish for native speakers 2, continue with level 4, and another non-magnet approved course, like Latin American Studies in Spanish, for example, or in English. In 11th grade, just like the non-immersion students, they will take AP level 5, which, if you remember, it's required for all magnet students. And then in 12th grade, they will have 3 options. Okay, and when we are talking about other languages that not only Spanish, but that come from immersion, remember, are the students that are coming from Waddell or Collinswood, for example, and those are students who have been taught in the target language throughout their elementary and middle school years. When students come to us from an immersion program, they start at a level 3 paired with civilization and culture. Remember, I told you that's that special class created just for immersion students to fill in the gaps and make sure that you're going to be successful once you reach level 5. In 10th grade, we have honor civilization and culture 2 paired with level 4. And again, 11th grade, we all meet together in level 5. 12th grade, you will have 3 options. And just as we mentioned before, regardless of the language, if you are a non-immersion student and you have a credit from middle school, you might not need to start at level 1. But if you've never taken that language, say you went to an immersion school, but you took French and you want to learn Japanese instead, you would start at the level 1 in Japanese. You do not have to continue learning the same language that you were studying at your middle school, but you have to commit to continuing that chosen language at least until level 5. And then what happens when we get to 12th grade and we have 3 options? What are those options? We could, after completing successfully level 5, which again, it's a college credit, we could take AP level 6 if it's offered in the target language, or even level 7 if it is offered in our target language. Or we could take a non-language magnet approved course, like Latin American Studies, for example. Or take another language. If you are already done with, say, German, level 5, level 6, go ahead and learn French and Chinese, or you could take 2 courses of Japanese in your senior year. Who knows, you might just want to continue learning that language in college. Again, this is the list of our approved non-language magnet courses. Most of them are social studies courses. And like I mentioned, we are adding level 7 leadership and learning to some of our classes. Currently, we only have leadership and learning for Spanish, but we hope in the future to have that same course for the other languages as well. And that is all the information I have for you. Here you can find the name and the email address of all of our teachers. We have several Spanish teachers, and that's a benefit because if a student wants tutoring and is not available on the same day as their teacher provides, that student could attend the tutoring of any of the other Spanish teachers. In Chinese, we have 1 teacher. French, we have 4 teachers. Japanese, we added 1 teacher this year. Our program is growing, and we hope to grow our Chinese program as well. And German, we have 2 teachers. We have an administrator for this program who is Christy Mitchell, and she's a Dean of Instruction and Culture, and here is her email. I am Mrs. Meyer. I am the Word Language Magnet Coordinator, and this is my email. And Ingrid Wilson is our Word Language Department Chair. Here is her email. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to contact us at any time. I hope you found this presentation informational and helpful, but if you have any questions, please send us an email and we'll be more than happy to answer them. And make sure you follow the Word Language Magnet. Thank you and have a good evening.